Is Anju ma'am there?
No.
Lalit ji, song.
Yes, ma'am. Wait.
अगर कोई कर सकता है तो मैं क्यों नहीं, क्या है उनमें ऐसा जो मुझ में नहीं। अगर कोई कर सकता है तो मैं क्यों नहीं, क्या है उनमें ऐसा जो मुझ में नहीं। झांक ले उनकी तरफ या पूछ ले कैसी चाहे जिंदगी, खुली आंखों से देख ले। खींच गए सांसों खींच गए, मुट्ठियों को खींच गए, सांसों को खींच गए, सबसे टकराने को, शिखर पर जाने को मैं तैयार हूँ, मैं तैयार हूँ, मैं तैयार हूँ, मैं तैयार हूँ।
Lalit ji, the song was not covered properly. It's okay. Next time, please check it. So, Shivita, you can start from me.
Good
You
evening,
can make it the
everybody.
host. Yeah.
A warm welcome to all the speakers. I'm the host, Srividya Mohan. I'm delighted and I'm really looking forward to this wonderful session from Metamorphosis. And Metamorphosis is a platform where we can, in one word, if we have to say, it is like a think tank. Experts from various fields come together to share their views to make a learning experience. We have soft skill trainers, we have people, educators, principals, teachers, okay, parenting coach. So it is a dynamic view from all the experts on a particular topic so that the takeaway is there for one and all. So as hosts, as speakers, we all learn, and everybody who is sharing the same knowledge, who's seeing us from all over the world, a warm welcome to all of you to yet another wonderful session from Metamorphosis, because every session of Metamorphosis does full justice to the mission of Metamorphosis, that is futuristic education. Each topic takes us one step ahead towards that, because education is the spinal cord for any society. So I welcome all the speakers once again. I would like to thank Sonal ma'am, the founder of Metamorphosis, for giving us this great opportunity. And I hope we all come up to the expectations of Sonal ma'am and Metamorphosis. So first, I would like to invite Nahid sir to share his views as principal, okay, on cognitive skills and artificial intelligence. Today's topic is artificial intelligence. We have evolved, like, it was always, for a decade, it was between intelligence, emotional intelligence, and intelligence. Now we have moved forward. There is one more category, artificial intelligence. How are we going to balance all the three, IQ, EQ, and AI? So this is what we are looking ahead. So Nahid sir, please do introduce yourself and share your views on cognitive skills and AI.
I am Nahid Raza. I am principal of Acme School of Learning. Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be part of this outstanding platform, and my sincere gratitude and huge respect to Sonal ma'am, Sri Vidya ma'am, and all the speakers. Right? And today topic given to me is cognitive skills and artificial intelligence.
Nahid sir, you're not audible.
Good evening, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah.
Right, right. So today topic given to me is cognitive skills and artificial intelligence. And first of all, I would like to say, go slow to go fast. How can it be possible? We are learning, we are trying to learn very fast. No, we have to think the way we are thinking. We will have to check our thought processes. What is happening? We are not using our brain for thinking only, we are using it as a storage. So what I am generally doing in my office and school, the things which are to be automated, they are given to AI, and the things which are for thinking, those things I keep with myself, and the things which are to be recorded, I record in my register. And many a times in different groups. So what is the use? We should use our own brain, real brain, for thinking, right? And the things which could be automated should be given to artificial intelligence, right? Artificial intelligence complements cognitive skills by automating routine tasks, allowing individual to focus on higher order thinking. Please understand, cognitive skills like critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and complex problem solving remains essential in collaborating with artificial intelligence. As technology evolves, cultivating a balance between human cognitive abilities and artificial intelligence integration becomes crucial for success in the 21st century. So, what is to be done? Identify cognitive tasks. Determine tasks where human cognitive skills such as critical thinking, creativity are crucial. Understand artificial intelligence capabilities. Recognize the strengths and limitations of artificial intelligence in handling specific tasks. Identify areas where artificial intelligence can enhance or automate processes. Collaborative design. Develop systems that promote collaboration between humans and artificial intelligence. And we have to see interface that facilitate easy interaction and understanding between users and artificial intelligence. So we need to train our teachers, educate them that how can we use artificial intelligence. Ethical considerations are very, very essential, that what is to be fed, how to should it be operated. Continuous learning. People say that artificial intelligence is moving ahead, it is getting refined. No, we are developing faster. We are getting ourselves more intelligent and wiser using it, because we are self-disciplined people, and we can use the artificial intelligence the way we want. So encourage a culture of continuous learning to keep up with artificial intelligence advancements. foster adaptability among teachers and students, and a willingness to embrace new technology. Feedback mechanism. Implement feedback loops to improve artificial intelligence systems based on user input. This enhances the synergy between human cognition and artificial over time. User-friendly interface, right? How can we use for developing better system in school? Yes, above all, security measures. How can it be secured? So the things which are human driven must be given to teachers. The things which are to be automated should be given to artificial intelligence, and many things could be withdrawn from teachers, and teachers could be deployed for development of children, for imparting good education, for their security to take care of, and having good communication physically, emotionally, mentally, right? So in this way we can introduce artificial intelligence without compromising, right, emotional intelligence, and connect with children, because bond is required, connect is required, proper establishment of communication is required, not only with the students but also with parents. So these sort of things should be adopted in a school, and schools should look that, yeah, it is human driven and humans are the leaders, humans are the followers, and artificial intelligence is being used in a school for data collection, for evaluation, for assessment, right? And MCQs are developed for checking them, because there are many things which could be checked through artificial intelligence. So this is my take on this topic. My sincere gratitude to everyone listening to me, and I'm very happy to be part of this platform. So thank you, Sri Vidya ma'am, thank you, Sonal ma'am, and all the speakers. Thank you, thank you indeed.
Thank you, Nahesh sir. Yeah, it was a great takeaway. Go slow to go fast. I think that summed it up all. And the synergy between AI and human intelligence. That is exactly what even everybody should be looking out for. And it was really nice to know how you are implementing it in your school. So how the teacher's burden can be lessened, and at the same time how artificial intelligence can be used for security measures. Wonderful takeaway, sir. Thank you very much. And now I would like to invite Rania ma'am. She's a STEM educator, Greek Ministry of Education, and she will share her views on ethics of AI in education. Rania ma'am, welcome to this session.
Good
And looking forward
afternoon,
to
good evening
insights
to
from
all.
you.
I'm happy to see you all here, Dr. Arjun, Dr. Smita, Dr. Naid, Dr. Veena. Many thanks to Dr. Sonal. Happy New Year to all. I'm always very privileged to join this community, this futuristic education community, because all the topics selected by Dr. Sonal are unique and original, and as you said before, they lead us one step forward. So artificial intelligence, yes, it's revolutionizes actually the way we teach, the way we learn, the way we interact. And there is no doubt that AI is here to stay in education. If we talk about, yes, the benefits, nobody can doubt about how AI-powered tutoring systems can provide all these intelligent, for instance, assessment or automated grading, all these powered chatbots and virtual assistants that provide support, instant support and guidance for students. How AI can help us with curriculum planning, with learning analytics, because thanks to AI, we can analyze student behavior and engagement data in order to identify all these trends and patterns. This can help us learn new language. So many efficiencies which actually are unlimited. Of course, things to consider before implementing AI in schools, as Dr. Naid said, we need first to identify the needs in AI technologies to define, to determine the strategic objectives of AI transformation, to think about smart ways to control the outcome. This is very important. And identify the role of AI in schools, what we want to do in schools. What will be the challenges of teaching AI in schools and ways to overcome them? How to align AI with the existing environment in school? And of course, make the transition process as much as smoother. So, artificial intelligence has been associated with many ethical questions because, unfortunately, it raises many questions and debates. First of all, we talk about the fear of AI, that bad people will do bad things. The super intelligence, this is the biggest fear, I think, that AI will reach a point where it doesn't care for or about the existence of humanity anymore. So this technology will get to a point where it can teach itself and improve and invent on its own. And instead of becoming a force for the betterment of humanity, humanity becomes a servant of a technology. I don't think that we will reach this point. However, all this, what we call responsible AI movement has to do with ethics, ethics and intelligence systems, whether it has to do with machine ethics or robot ethics or machine morals. AI ethics is this subfield of applied ethics, which focuses on all the ethical issues raised by the development, the deployment, and the use of AI. And our main concern here is to identify how AI can advance or raise concerns to the good life of individuals, whether in terms of quality of life or human autonomy and freedom necessary for every democratic society. Of course, look about education. All AI systems ethically need a governance. There are some basic principles when we talk about AI. It's what we call beneficence, non-maleficence, autonomy, and justice. And all these terms rely on fundamental rights, on how to respect governance and human autonomy. So benevolence, transparency, another key word. We talk about ethics and data and privacy. An AI system may not be unfairly biased to the benefit of its host organization. And another key word is accountability. So AI requires active oversight and a clear reporting line to the organization developing and deploying and maintaining the AI system. If we take the example education of ChatGPT, for instance, which actually has brought unprecedented opportunities, of course, challenges to education and teaching, and can be considered as a super app because it can do tasks that formerly required several separate apps. It's actually a tool, a very powerful tool. And it has pushed AI thinking to a new level, achieving significant, of course, breakthroughs from traditional information exchange methods to an already intelligent reasoning in a new era. But we have seen what is happening in practice. There is all this fear that ChatGPT will take over our content creating, our creativity, because a chatbot cannot communicate the way humans do. It does not know the actual purpose of a text, intended audience, or the contents in which it will be used. We have seen that there are some countries who have banned already ChatGPT from the classroom, especially universities. And many surveys show that ChatGPT is considered as a form of cheating. Because students rely on this tool in order to write essays or in order to succeed in exams. So it is accused that it may create a lazy student syndrome, as students do not have to think about generating their own unique ideas or undertake rigorous research. And especially we talk about AI plagiarism software is another big issue. We talk about research. So of course, for me, banning ChatGPT or any other AI tool from school's education program is a terrible mistake because AI is here to stay and is reshaping education and human experience. So what we need to do is to navigate and functioning in this world with AI skills and in an ethical direction. It's more important than ever to navigate, to help, to guide actually students how to use them, to train, as Dr. Naid said, teachers on this. And if we talk about specifically universities, for instance, could designate AI task force. We can place a stronger focus on human interaction in the classroom to moderate, I could say, the use of AI tools, find the golden recipe, and at the same time, we can develop standard university protocols for dealing with plagiarized work and all this cheating. I think that all this um, movement of AI has emerged as innovative and promising tool, and it's essential to have in mind that its use, of course, presents a series of challenges, which teachers must be aware of it in order to avoid incorrect use. Proper training of teachers and students can be effective on how to avoid its misuse. With ethical implementation, proper supervision, this can open new educational possibilities, enrich the teaching and learning process, and of course, this has to do with all the principles I mentioned before about transparency, accountability, benevolence, non-maleficence, and trustworthiness. And remember that there are three main camps in the controversy. There are technical skeptics, there are digital utopians, and there are what we call those who are beneficial AI movement. However, I think that said before that with all these principles, reliability and safety, fairness, accessibility, privacy and security, data protection is very important if we talk about AI ethics, especially in research, validity, effectiveness, universal design, and guidance to assess ethical issues, including robotics. There are very important ways in order to keep, in order to maintain its ethical guidelines. In Europe, the ethics guidelines for a trustworthy AI Europe are what we call, first of all, lawful. That means respect all applicable laws and regulations. Ethical, respecting ethical principles and values, and robust means from both technical perspective while taking into account social environment. So human agency and oversight are very important. Privacy, data governance, AI systems which could be inclusive, so promote no discrimination, promote diversity and fairness, societal and environmental well-being, compatibility said before, and safety. Because few fundamental rights as moral and legal entitlements are crucial. Freedom of the individual, respect for democracy, justice, and the rule of law are all are related with citizens' rights and the principle of respect for human autonomy, the principle of prevention of harm, and the principle of fairness are necessary in order to survive. And maybe by concluding, I want to say that many students and teachers ask me if AI will replace teachers in the future. I don't think that AI will replace a teacher, but I think that teachers who will not be updated with AI skills will be replaced by teachers who know AI skills. So artificial intelligence is a tool, not a threat. We need to be updated always to upgrade our skills, to embrace this AI movement, but of course in an ethical perspective and always for the good of humanity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rania ma'am. That was really wonderful. You underlined the core of the core element of today's topic, that is recognize the need before implementing it. That AI should always remain a tool. And also the points like identify the role of AI, assess challenges, and then how to align AI. I think these are wonderful steps to go ahead with the ethical part, like, how ethics of artificial intelligence in education. Thanks a lot, ma'am. And we move on to our next speaker, Dr. Anju, ma'am. So we have been discussing about the role of AI, and now Anju, ma'am, would actually is going to talk to us about the practical implementation. Okay, so everything has its pros and cons. So Anju, ma'am, is going to share her views on AI tools for resume writing. So Anju, ma'am, welcome to this session. Please do introduce yourself and share your views on this.
Yeah, thank you, Srividya ma'am, for this wonderful opportunity, and also thanks, Sunil ma'am. And yes, today I will be speaking on how AI will be used for resume building. Before that, let me introduce myself. I am assistant professor at Rajiv Gandhi College of Engineering, Research and Technology, and also am the training and placement officer. So I think for this, to be clear to many of you, why I have chosen the topic like AI can be used for resume building, because being a training and placement officer, every day we have to go through this. We have to go through the resumes of the students, give them tips to improve it, and how they are going to, what all they have to write in a resume, how to write a resume. This is something which we have been doing every day. Throughout the day we are just busy with this, building up resumes, making it more by writing in such a way that they can attract more jobs for us then. So if we talk about AI, yes, now AI, if you see, it is everywhere. So yes, AI helps in resume building also, because we know that it is a competitive job market. Now here, when you see the current situation is that jobs are there, but uh, jobs they have reduced a little. I can say it, because there are many companies who just come, but they shortlist the students, and many of them get shortlisted just on the basis of their resume sometimes. So there are some of the things the students should know how to make a better resume, because you will be like the students may be very good at studies. They must have done so much of very fresher courses or some internships and all, but sometimes they just fail to mention it. So there are some AI based tools that can help the students to have a well crafted resumes, and it can actually impact your chances of landing into a dream job. Now, with the advancement of technology, there are many AI-powered resume builders that have emerged as invaluable tools, we can say. I will just discuss. I will just speak some of their names, and then I will discuss about how, what are the pros and what are the cons of using all these tools. Now, one of the tools that is sometimes being used is Resi. It is another cutting-edge resume builder that uses the power of AI to help the job seekers to create very good resumes. It stands out with a focus on optimization, analyzing the job descriptions, and providing suggestions to enhance your resume. And another one is that another kind of AI tool that the students sometimes they use is Chat GPT, Resume AI, that is actually Resume AI. It uses Chat GPT, and Resume AI is a model, and again, it is a AI-powered resume builder that will create personalized. It will create personalized resume by analyzing the job descriptions. Like if you just have to tell like what kind of job you have to apply for, and it already has some customizable templates, and it will provide some helpful tools that will enable you to present your skills, your experiences in visual effect, like if it is 3 years of experience, or you're writing on the communication skills, how you're rating yourself, you're good, like basic, or any other skills that you're telling, like it is basic, intermediate, or very good, or proficient. So you can, present the skills in graphical form. Then quick resume is there, but it is again an easy to use interface, and it also has some professional designs and visually appealing, we can say, and easy to read resumes are there. You can add your images, you can add logos to it. And enhanced CV is there again, which is again very helpful. That is a web-based platform. Now, this platform will help the job seekers to create again another eye-catching resumes that we call. So again, it has some customizable templates, and even in this, you can be highlighting your skills, you can be highlighting your achievements. Then Skill Row, Resume Maker AI, Resume Worded, and Nova Resume, Resume.io. In fact, there are many. There are many. Just a common thing that I would like to speak about this is, right, if you see, this all these AI-based tools, they are comprehensive tools for the job seekers, we can say. And some of these tools, they can even help in the cover letter creation and a digital portfolio, because we know that when we are sending a resume, it is not just that you have to attach the resume in the email and send. Sometimes you have to write a covering email, or you have to write a covering letter with it. Even it gets sent in that. And then we tell the students, actually we keep on telling that it is not, when someone tells you to attach a resume or send a resume on email, it is not only the resume that should be attached, but you should also be writing few sentences along with it, in which you should be describing yourself. So even this is being, if even in the email chat box and with your Gmail somewhere, if you're using this AI-based tools, you can be writing it very good sentences. In fact, even an app like Grammarly would help you to write your sentences properly. Now, because so yes, of course, it is that there's all those AI-powered resume builders can give you competitive edge in your job search. It can help you to create impressive resumes with very less efforts. Otherwise, if when we try to build up a resume or write a resume, so we know that we have to remember so many things. But yes, of course, like everything has pros and cons. So firstly, I would like to discuss the pros of it, or the advantages of it, or the benefits of it. Like I said, that all these AI-based tools help you in writing very effective resumes, and that too in very short period, we can say. Right. So this is one of the advantages, any kind of AI-based tools that we are using. And the other thing is that, of course, in this there again, some of the tools are free, some of them are paid. And when you go for paid, so there are many more features that you can be using it. In fact, yes, like AI is revolutionizing the world. Similarly, it is revolutionizing how the youngsters or the freshers are using it for it. So first thing is that, yes, it helps you to convey your proper tone in the resume. For example, when you are writing the resume using those AI-based tools, so there are some options, like how you want your resume to be. It should be professional, or there are some categories. So you can select those options, and accordingly, this tool will help you, in writing your resume, to phrasing your suggestions and all. And you can use it to rewrite the sentences, and when whatever you are mentioning, your experiences, your any kind of certificate courses, any kind of roles and responsibilities that you must be having as an intern and all that. So when you're writing the sentences, it helps you to rewrite the sentences which are concise, which are more creative. So it helps you in having better word choices. So in fact, a short resume will be there, and it will sound professional too. And it is even helpful for the people who are struggling with the words and the grammar, because yes, this is something which I have observed in the students. Sometimes when they send their resume, they will be having some kind of mistakes in it, like the spelling mistakes and all that. So when you're having to resume using this kind of AI based tools, so the chances of making this kind of mistake, especially with the grammatical punctuation and all that, this can be reduced. So and one more time here is that when you use this AI based tools, because you have to spend less time in preparing your resume or updating your resume, so you will be having more time to prepare for your interviews and researching about the companies where you're going to apply for the job. But now let's come to the another side of it, the cons of using, because AI is, of course, it is good that it can be used to build your resume or to write a resume for you. But the drawback of it is that it does not differentiate, or it does not, distinguish about whether the information that you are providing is true or not. For example, if there is a job which asks for like an experience in web development, so AI doesn't know it. We just if I write that yes, I am applying for this job, it will start giving keywords in that way. So yeah, and this of course this is a thing. You can just even create a some fake profiles can be created, so there are always chances for that. The another thing is that even when we are working with AI, so every time when you have to submit a resume or you have to forward a resume, you have to keep on updating it, because when I make my resume, so I know that okay, I have like 1 more year of experience I have, or one more course I have done, so I remember it to add it on my own. But AI, it won't remember it. You have to give those inputs, you have to keep on updating it. So here again is that though AI will be making it for you, but it cannot make it, on its own. Some kind of human intervention is required here. So it is, I think, where AI, it can't work fully on its own. Because if we don't input the information into the AI program that we are using, or the AI tool that we're using, it won't know to use the buzzwords or in your resume. And sometimes if you don't write down the information that is being asked, because the templates when you see, if you don't write down the information properly, so it can just misinterpret it, and sometimes it will just do something else, and then so not what actually is expected. And the other thing is that the better side, if we see, it will help you in crafting your resume according to the requirement of the employer. That is, it will highlight the skills that you have. But if you fail to feed those skills into the template, that skills wouldn't be highlighted into it. The other thing is that when you're using AI, it uses sometimes, very sophisticated or complicated words, I can say, which normally we use it. We don't use it most of the times, or we don't very few people maybe knowing what is the meaning of this word. So what the people sometimes what the students do is they just write down and this use this AI tools, and they make their resume, and they don't know what all words they have used into it. So sometimes when the HRs or the recruiters start questioning you based on your resume, and you never know. Like for example, if I'm mentioning strength and weaknesses in my resume, so if the recruiters start questioning me on it, I don't know what words I have used in it. It must be meaning the same thing. Like if I say that, okay, I am very calm and I am very something like if I say that I'm very calm, so if the AI uses some other word for that, I will never know what word has been written in that. So these are some of the drawbacks that the students or the freshers they face when they are using it, when they use these types of tools. But the only thing is that whenever we make a resume, I always suggest by students that you should actually before going to the interview, as you prepare for the interview, as you research about the companies where you're going to apply, you should also have a thorough study of your resume, what all you have written on it, because you are going to get questioned on it. So, okay, so this is yes, of course, this is how AI helps in making your resume. So I hope that when we are using these tools, so yes, of course, we can collaborate with AI. We can so that you know. We can use it for formatting of a resume, because what happens is that if you're using a poorly written sentences, uh, it won't help it, and however good you are, however talented you are, but if your resume is not proper, you want you won't land into some good opportunity, you will lose opportunities. So yes, AI can be used to generate and share resume, but you should be also aware of how and what are the drawbacks of it. Just keep into it, and yes, of course, that is AI can provide you great guidance and support. But of course, the personalized touch can never be there with AI, and you have to keep on putting your genuine efforts so that it makes a difference in the eyes of the potential employers. So this is all what I had to say from my side. Thank you again very much for your patient listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Anju ma'am. Yeah, to know the pros and cons, you actually got it very nicely. How we can still use AI as a tool, not as a replacement, basically. So, Anju ma'am, the one thing that the one question that popped into my mind is, to summarize it, can we say that a resume is a profile of an individual, and nobody knows the individual more than, nobody knows me better than me. So AI can give me clarity, but still the deep inside who I am, only I would know. So we should always remember that point, right? So AI should always be a tool which we use to help us, not to kind of glorify us. Is that the difference we are talking about when we use AI
Yes.
for building resume?
Yes.
Yeah. So
This is better
yes.
with AI.
Because the points you were saying, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, because communication, sometimes language can be a barrier, but at the same time, we should, it is like we use AI and we should also check it, okay, what words are being used, okay, do I myself relate to that word, okay, is it me? So that core me should never be taken away from a resume. But yes, AI can give us the right words or the concept or the presentation part and all that. Yes, AI can definitely help us. So it's a very helpful tool. So we should not remember the fact that it is a tool, right?
Shividya ma'am, here I would like to interrupt one thing about Anju ma'am's AI for resumes, that I think most of the high profile educators you must have seen, their resumes are well polished, refined, up to mark, absolutely perfect. Okay. But when you actually confront them face to face, and when you understand them, the resume, what is written and what they are speaking, the command over the language,
Correct.
the usage of the words. Have you ever seen that there is a difference between the person who is speaking and the resume shining? Is it? So that is why I always say, please don't go on the resume, go on the skills of the person. As per the skills of the person, you will understand that the person is lacking in resume, but on the face, the potential of the person is 10% more. But I am not able to understand from the resume. Because when you speak, when you understand the person, when you ask questions related to the person, because 1 or 2 minutes you will ask the person interview generally. Then as the person goes on increasing his whatever you call the interview session or a speech or whatever you call. But that moment will give you an analysis of a person. Okay, this is what the person is showing himself to be, which is lacking in the resume. And the resume will be shining top notch. Nowadays, it is more with awards being collected 10,000 times more. But the awards collected as per the designation of the award do not match as the potential of the person. So, like Shividya said, AI is just a tool. Is just a tool. If you understand the concept of TOOL, you will analyze and reframe it and try to understand the way we use the plumbing things. Keep it away. Nal kharab ho gaya. Any problem, AC maintenance, whatever you call, they only come as a tool back to their position. So AI is also like a tool to refurbish and to make the resume shine, to make the photograph more appealing, because here we are all natural. Nobody has any makeup. Nobody is wearing any fake mask. We all natural. We are speaking what we want to deliver to the audience. But when you want to keep a teacher, when you want to keep a person employed in a company, always try to understand more behind the chapters that are not being seen. So that is what I always say. AI is not perfect. Nowadays, the chat GPT has come. The chat GPT is hiding the whole real face of the person. So over to you, Shividya, ma'am.
Yeah. So yes, so we all are coming to the same conclusion, like, AI should remain as a tool in the field of education, like, so like Nahid sir and Rania ma'am pointed out, because safety, privacy, the governance, all these things have to be considered. So AI is the need, because we need to stay in the race and there is cutting edge competition. Yes, let us use AI. Let us not allow AI to use us. We should human beings should use AI, not vice versa. So that is where we are heading to. That is our goal. And how do we do that? So moving on to our next speaker, I'm very sure is again going to highlight the same thing, because it's coming from a soft skill trainer. Okay, so that is in the practical everyday life. Her views on AI. And Veena ma'am, we welcome you to share your views. And Veena will be sharing AI and its impact on our lives. So as the session progresses, we are actually moving ahead so very nicely. We talked about what AI is and how it can be used. And now we come to everyday life. And Veena ma'am will be sharing her views on that. Over to you, Veena ma'am.
Thank you so very much, Sri Vidya ma'am, for this wonderful introduction. A very happy evening to one and all present here on this beautiful platform called The Metamorphosis. And thanks very much to Sonal ma'am for having me as a speaker today. And a very, very happy new year to all the eminent speakers. As we have met, I think in this Jan, I have met you're all with a brand new 2024. So a very, very happy new year to all of you all. So moving on to our need of the hour and happening of the hour, and let's embrace the AI with all grace, because there is no other go. When we talk about AI, basically AI has already entered into our entity of our life, as we all know. Whenever we have to go anywhere, whenever we have to find a way, whenever we have to locate somebody's home or any office, what do? Hey, Google, come on, let me in. Where is the way? So what we do, we put on the Google map. So what is this Google map? Is it any person who's guiding you? No, it isn't. It's all AI, ladies and gentlemen. And moreover, you want to find out some good recipes. And then you say, hey, could you tell me the recipe of, let's say, lasagna? And there it is, and AI is like, hey, yes, why not? Let's cook together. Although nobody is there on the other side, but you just have the feel of having somebody around. Moreover, the way AI has dominated our lives, the impact on our life is really, really commendable. Because come what may, whether you need it or you don't, and I know that you need it because you cannot stay without it, right? The being on social media, let's say today we have all gathered because of AI. All right. It is all AI that has, made us gather today, that has created this beautiful meeting. Do you think there's any living individual doing all this? No, it isn't. It's all coded, it's all customized, it's all electronified, So it's all in the software. It's all AI based. It's all coding. It's all that language that AI has to understand. Today, whatever we chat on the social media, what do you think? Is that actual real person who's asking you, who's giving you those beautiful emojis, with happy birthday bouquets and people like dancing and those animated versions? Do you think that's any human giving you away? No, it isn't. It's all AI. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to ignore AI and the impact that it has on our life. We already know it. All right. And the way it has made humans lazy, don't you think so? For everything, you're actually relying on AI. As Anjum ma'am said, that for a resume, you need to rely on AI because you want a perfect resume. But at times, you might get into a fix because the language used in the resume might contradict with the language that you basically know. Right? And what if the question asked on the table when the recruiter asks you, so you have written this particular point. So what are you trying to analyze, or what are you trying to understand by this? What if you just get a bump there? Oh my God, I didn't realize that. Well, actually, you actually know what it is. But then the way, you have to portray, the way you have, the AI has used that language for you, you might get bumped somewhere. So you need to be very careful with the kind of words that AI is using when you present a resume. You just can't blindly, present a resume. Okay, AI is always perfect, so I just need to just go for it. No, you just have to be eternally careful about that. Moreover, let's talk about the job front. Yes, as I said, AI is impacting our lives. Have you ever thought that whatever, as educators, today we are teaching our, as trainers, as soft skills trainers, as educators, as teachers, do you think there are going to be human teachers ahead if AI actually dominates? It's already dominating. No. So there are going to be those robotic teachers, who are going to give those beautiful lectures. And when we talk about the science stream, do you guys know that the way the doctors today, they use the forceps, the injections, and they manually teach, okay, now see, this is the way you're supposed to inject the person. This is the angle, this is the radius, and this much is the syringe that goes in. That's the human doctor. But ladies and gentlemen, let me make you aware that future is AI, and AI will have the digital screen wherein you will have the real, you'll feel that the real doctor is actually teaching you. The images, you and me sitting in front, there'll be an image in between, there'll be a virtual screen in between that will be actually demonstrating the entire process, how to do, a heart surgery, you can say, any sort of surgery. All the surgeons, the way the tools are used, as we said, the everything is going to be demonstrated on a virtual screen. So don't you think it's going to impact on the lives of individuals? Don't you think individuals will become a little more lazier because they think, oh, we are so dependent on machines, let the machines do everything, we're going to have a chill time here. But that is not done, because you will be actually physically impacting your life. Your emotional life will get impacted. Your physical life is going to get impacted. So be ready for the new, get ready for the new diseases. Probably you won't even know the names further, because AI is really going to make you totally dependent on it. Okay. And obviously the jobs that we are doing today, let's be thankful for today. Let's have gratitude for whatever we have today, because future is going to be captured by AI. They're going to be AI teachers. They're going to be robotic teachers. Already we know there are robots who are cleaning our houses, and we are hiring, because the maids keep taking leaves here and there. So what do? We just, go to Amazon. Okay, we need a robot house help. And then the house help comes in as a machine, cleans for you your dishes, or cleans your house, vacuums, and, does all the basic household chores and all that. So do you think that's only needed when you are disabled? But by the grace of God, we are absolutely hale and hearty. So don't you think we are actually going to a dependency life wherein we are going to be, there's going to be lack of physical exertion? And when we don't physically, exert ourselves, we do not have sound sleep. If we do not have sound sleep, we are going to get mentally ill. And if we get mentally ill, it's going to impact the rest of our work. It's going to impact the rest of our family. It's going to impact the rest of our relationships. Then what will the relationships be with the rest of the humans around us? The relationship, and the only relationship that we need to maintain, or we will be maintaining by default, will be only with the robots. So don't you think that's a little unfortunate here and there, although really good, because humans are going to have a really gala time enjoying it. They're really going to have a nice time, having everything just at a snap of a second and everything. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to take a toll on your health. So just be ready for that with a beautiful scenario ahead. Maybe you'll have more time to spend, but you will not have the people around to spend time with you, because they themselves will be involved in this robotic world, and eventually, let me also tell you, see, as humans, we have started the coding. We have started what AI basically is, a human has started. But have you ever thought, what if AI is learning the intelligence that we learn every day, right? But have you thought that intelligence get to an extreme power? How is it going to rule you further? Now you think that you are ruling AI. You have coded this, itna hi aata hai usko. Excuse me. Let me tell you, it understands, it evaluates, and it learns on its own like a human mind, more and more and more faster, 10 times faster, or 1,000 times faster, or probably at I don't know what time faster. But don't you think that it might rule you? And what if it overpowers? See, we have got rid of the British rulers, but you're not going to get rid of the AI rulers in future, guys. It's going to be really tremendously difficult for you, come what may. No naras are going to help. No, protests are going to help you. You are going to get into a beautiful fix that you have actually gifted to yourself, and there is no other go. It's not your fault. You have to by default get into that beautiful colorful scenario with the radiations, beautiful radiations, again, that are going to get penetrated through your body. I don't know from where not. And then, as when I go to Dubai, that is a place I have spent most of my life, So wherever I go to these light shows, these laser shows, and all these things, it looks really beautiful. But have you ever thought that staying in that particular auditorium with those lights penetrating, with those laser lights penetrating, how do you think, we are actually enjoying the scenario out there, the laser show, the light show, the fountain show. But have you ever thought the radiations those laser lights would have, the lights that penetrate your head, your skin, your eyes, and so on? Even the kids watch with really glee, out there, like, hey, dad, that's cool. That look at the animation out there. But don't you think that's going to somehow deviate your health from healthy to unhealthy? Don't you think so? You need to actually concentrate. So the way it has impacted our life is good, but could be maybe not so good in future. So ladies and gentlemen, be ready for the pros and the cons, and you come what may, there is no other go. You will have to accept it gracefully, as we have embraced Google, as we have embraced the resume part, the way chat GPT, or there are so many other softwares, and the automated softwares, the robotic softwares. So you'll have to embrace it with grace, even from inside, that it's going to take away all your emotions. It's going to take all your feelings. It's going to just make you as a machine eventually. You have created a machine to you become a machine in the future. So just be careful, use it carefully, make probably you can create a borderline as to this much is what I'm supposed to use, and let me live the basic life of mine. Let me be a little organic. Otherwise, you're going to lose that organic part of your life. So that's all from me. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being those beautiful, for having those all ears to what I said. Now, moving on with this beautiful topic today of AI, we have one more eminent speaker, and I take the privilege to invite Sri Vidya Mohanji. She is a parental coach and a relationship coach, and today she is going to have her inputs on how AI has dominated this beautiful industry of ours. Thank you very much, everyone. Moving on to our next eminent speaker, Ms. Sri Vidya Mohan, ma'am.
Thank you, Veena, ma'am. And yeah, so some of the points which really struck a chord from what you said was, one thing is the emojis. Okay, now we can all relate to the fact a person who doesn't smile at all, can easily send 100 smiley emojis in a day. So basically, unconsciously, we start wearing a mask. Like, we don't even realize that. And the same way, like maid versus robo. See what happens in different stratas of environment or the society. We communicate with different types of people. And that is where our emotional growth lies. So the more we depend on machines, we are losing the human connect. And every human connect makes us more human. So, yes, as you rightly said, where do we draw the line? AI versus humans. That is a core discussion. Do we have a line? Do we have a boundary? So that was beautiful. And I would like to share my views as a parent, as a parenting coach, as a parent wellness coach. Okay. The question which every parent has is, because the goal of a parent is give the best for my child. Okay. My child has to be in the competition because there is no other option. So AI, when we talk to parents, how can we even think of it? Like, because schools are smart schools, there are smart classrooms, projects are to be submitted like that. So parents cannot leave out AI. So that is a fact. It is like in a metaphor, we say, like, the elephant is already in the room. Now the question is, are we going to feed the elephant to such an extent that it is going to break the roof? Or are we just going to make sure that, the elephant stays in that corner? So that is where our smartness lies. So for parents, a very, very easy metaphor which can stay with them is, imagine a tree. Okay. As the tree grows, like, when it is a seedling, the roots are the main thing. Okay. It grows out of the soil and then it grows taller and taller and taller and it moves towards sunlight. That is a growth process. The external environment, growth happens like that. Now, if the roots decide, oh no, the leaves are growing too far away from me, which is not good, the sunlight is harsh, the UV rays are there, let me come out and just pull out cut it off. It is not a practical solution. What is the role of the roots? Penetrate deeper so that however tall the plant grows, the roots are growing deeper. That is exactly the role of parents. So AI, yes, the children are going to get the benefits of all of that. How can parents nourish the roots? Okay, that is where the role of a parent would come. So how AI can be kept in control, in moderation, and children should not lose out on emotions. Okay, a mother's hug is very different from a father's hug, which is very different from a brother's hug and a friend's hug. A child should experience all these things. These are simple things which we can give the child. Okay, with AI, the child may be using lots of emojis, but a real smile, parents, the home environment can give that. Parents can consciously deposit smile in the memory bank of the child. Parents can consciously deposit that pat. You can do it. Okay, and whatever, you complete a task on the laptop or in the AI generated thing. Okay, you get that, the feel, yes, you are in this and that top percentile, but the satisfaction you get it when a mother or a father just gives a small pat. I know you can do it, you can do this. That satisfaction is more, because what happens is, when there is a sensory approach, okay, the neurotransmitters released by the brain is very, very different. Even as simple as we always advise engage children to gardening, because when you touch the soil, okay, your body reacts and there is a connect to the brain which no AI can give. Like, the touch of the soil, the fresh smell of rain. These are things which we have to experience. So parents can actually do the first step and the most important step, I would say, of nourishing the roots so that children use AI wisely. AI is here to stay. They know it helps the child, but at the same time, the more and more backing we have, like family time, having a meal together, there is no substitute for that. Let AI grow to any extent. No picture can substitute in the child's memory bank of the family eating together, sharing, smiling, laughing. There is nothing can compensate that. There is no replacement for that. So for parents, it's very, very easy and simple. Nourish the roots every second at home. Don't discard AI. Don't talk about AI. School is taking care of it. Society is taking care of it. Whatever they have to learn, they are learning from school and society. Focus should be on the simple, simple things. Sensory inputs for the child. And that is the best way to balance AI. Because if the child doesn't have any of these experiences, that is when AI can make machines out of the new generation. Because other experiences are nil. So, how do we do that? As I told you, very, very small tips. The mealtime together, deposit in the Smile memory bank, take them out, let them meet people, socialization, meet family, meet friends, talk about your relatives, so that these would stay with the child. Whatever happens, that emotional thing would definitely work because the roots are penetrating. Once the roots have really penetrated, even if a tsunami hits, the trees which are actually which are on the coastal areas, they can actually survive a tsunami. The reason being the roots are made like that. But still, the tsunami hit us because we kind of cut all the trees. Similarly, our children have that innate ability. We can nourish the roots. So, my views on this AI versus the new generation would be parents can contribute a lot by even like working parents, you have only 15 minutes. Believe me, for the child, that 15 minutes is more than enough. You come home late, you get only those 15 minutes. Are you smiling at your child when you come back home? In that 1 minute, how long will it take for a smile? It is just hardly 5 seconds. Do you talk to your child about the day? Share. So even 15 minutes quality time with the child, and every parent can plan the day for the child. Instead of having all the activities which are machine related, so many things can be included. Gardening can be included, or pets, or walking. There are so many community activities also. If the child is above 14, encourage the child, wherein they can read newspapers to blind people or go to old age homes. So these kind of human interactions is what the parents can encourage. So what happens? Children can use AI, but they would have this also. So I would like to conclude with a very simple line. The role of a parent is nourish the roots so that AI will not uproot the plant. Okay, so AI is the sunlight, but parents are the roots. And it is definitely possible to have that boundary or the line to differentiate between AI and human emotions. Thank you.
Wonderful. Anjum ma'am will give the review for Shividya ma'am. Anjum ma'am, you can give the review for Shividya ma'am.
Yeah. Can you say something?
Yeah, Anjum ma'am can give the review for Shividya ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, actually what she said is really true. And even I think every one of us, when we were discussing, we were seeing the same thing, like AI, when we talk about, uh, yes, it has taken over everything, but still, the kind of, when Shri Vidya ma'am was talking, I was listening to her, the warmth that a parent can give, that AI can never give. You will be having so many, so many devices at your home. You must be gifting your children with so many of games and what all they can be doing with their mobile or their TV and all. But that warmth that parent can give, that can never happen. And that was, I think, that was the best takeaway which I can have from parenting coach, because Srividya ma'am is a parenting coach. And yes, of course, it was a very good session, because AI is again one of my research areas. Well, we keep on doing making applications, writing codes for it. But when we come to the reality in real life, even Veena ma'am, when I was listening, how the AI has been impacting our life every day. So I think we should even think about it, give a second thought whenever we are using all this. And in fact, I can see that uh, we are using, everyone is using AI. But 40% of the people don't even know that you are actually using it. We never know that. But yes, this is a fact which I'm telling. Everyone is using it, but still 40% are not aware that whatever they are using, all these tools or the gadgets or the applications they are using, they are all AI.
My question to all the speakers over here is, I will start from 1 minute. After 10-15 years, when we are talking about AI, what do you think is going to be the biggest drawback?
In my opinion, the biggest drawback is
Okay, it's better we don't see 10 years. We see another 5 years. Okay.
5 years. Yeah.
What is the biggest drawback that is going to bombard our life unexpectedly, and that is going to create lifestyle problems more in abundance, with medical interventions being included from young age onwards? What is the biggest drawback that is going to happen after 5 years with the
Uh,
AI?
yeah, of course, even it is happening now. Like, I think Veena ma'am was talking about the surgeries. Yes, robotic surgeries and all. So, sometimes I see, even when we go to the doctors, earlier the doctors will, they will examine you and they will see, okay, they have their own methods of examining. But nowadays, even the doctors don't take so much of effort. They have everything stored in their laptop. They just see the symptoms, and for each and everything, you will say, okay, do this test, do this scanning, and all that.
Yeah.
So this is going to impact us. And I think that even if, as an educator, if we keep on relying on AI, so we will stop thinking, I think, someday.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Educators never experiment, doctors experiment. Educators will never experiment. Educators have a live brain, a live human person, whether it's a 3-year-old child or whether it's a 16-year-old 10th standard child, where human connection has to create a magical, what do you call, antidote. Medical interventions will suppress that. So that was from your perspective from medical. Shividya ma'am, what is about your take on this? What is the biggest drawback that is going to happen after 5 years?
I would say the biggest drawback will be emotional resilience.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
so
That's what I'm
because
trying to say.
we
Exactly.
all have that, the thought that it is okay,
Yes.
like, somebody else has done a mistake, we can do it together, we can again come out of
Exactly.
these kind
Exactly.
of small emotion, and the faith, like, yes, it is possible. What AI is doing is, one is speed, accuracy, and a false sense of perfection, because
Exactly.
machines can be 100% perfect,
Yes.
whereas humans cannot be. So emotional resilience is unconditional acceptance,
That is
and this is what would is slowly being taken away, the unconditional acceptance of self and others. And
yeah.
that is the main thing for existence, like, the
That is
humanity
what
exists
that is,
because of
yeah,
it.
that is exactly what I was asking for. When you talk about emotional resilience, when you talk about emotional mental health, the only thing that comes is emotions. Emotions are going to be absent after 5 years because the child is exposed to mobile at the tender age of 1.5 now. So when a child is exposed to a tender age of 1.5, it is impacting the brain network system. And due to the brain network system, emotional levels of the child development are given an obstacle. There is a red signal coming automatically, suppressing the brain of the child. You are trying to make your child super achiever in terms of taking a job, interview, passing out, excelling in 10th standard, excelling in 12th standard. But after those achievements, after he has achieved all that, what is going to lack on the other side of the brain? The emotional connection with parents, the emotional connection with the society, how to accept a person who is not capable, how to accept a person who is a slow learner, how to accept a person who is not a super achiever. Then comes this bullying, pulling on the leg of the others, and all these things. That is what emotions are going to be absent. And when the time for diagnosis comes, it is already too late to go back to those chapters. So AI is a kind of, I think Nadia ma'am knows very well, neuroscience and scientific development and all. It has a kind of hindrance also in the development of the brain, because the brain has so many networking systems, emotions, mental health, academic level, then pressure, stress, all these. So when you try to create a child super achiever, these things like, and then automatically you won't. I mean, you must have all seen a 1.5-year-old child having a specs now. 1.5-year-old child, even in malls when you go, the child is having ice cream, चश्मा उससे संभाला नहीं जा रहा है छोटे से, और जब चश्मा टूट जाता है, the parents are forced to make 4 to 5 specs handy. So these kind of problems are being created due to artificial intelligence, more exposure to the mobile, more exposure to the screen time learning. I'm saying we don't want that screen time learning. We want an emotional connect at the age of 1 year to 8 years. वहाँ अगर आपने पकड़ लिया 1 to 8 years, then you can do anything after that. That 1 to 8 years is a very crucial age. वहाँ अगर आपने सारी चीजों को नहीं पकड़ा, then volcano and all these things, then frustration from parents, and then making the child run to 10 tuition classes, excelling in all subjects, और 10th में 99% आ गए, कट ऑफ में नंबर नहीं आया, एंड देन ये सारी चीजें होने के बाद जहाँ इमोशनल कनेक्ट आता है वहाँ कम हो जाता है. फिर जब बच्चे बाहर चले जाते हैं पढ़ने, then the parents say my child has gone to US, now we are alone over here. So if you think on a practical approach, we have to create a kind of a balance over here. That is what my perspective is. So over to Shividya ma'am, Veena ma'am, your take on it. Yeah.
So ma'am, I'm supposed to give a
Yeah,
takeaway
yeah,
from
same question to you.
Yeah, sure. Of course, of course. Basically, as we all know, and you very well said that emotional expectancy is really going to wipe off, from our lives, which is actually going to be really hazardous. Even nowadays, when we find people with the lack of emotions, how difficult it is for us to deal with them. Don't you think so? At times when we deal with people, when there are no emotions, don't we feel like, oh my God, look at that, man. She does not have emotions. She does not have that. So imagine the lives. It's going to be more drastic. It's not going to be fantastic. It's going to be drastic, guys. So I think, yes, very well said, Sonal ma'am, that yes, it's going to take a toll on our emotional health. Definitely it will. And moreover, Sri Vidya ma'am very well said that we need to draw a line and we need to create that awareness of that border in our kids from the very early years of their development. It's really important because it's only then that they actually have the base of creating the difference. Okay, now this is what I have used. Now let me get back to my organic life. So yes, very well said, Sri Vidya ma'am, that yes, we need to draw a line and we need to inculcate that in our kids from the really early years of the development. But what do I think is, what about the children who have outgrown from that particular ambience? How do they deal with this? Like, how do we deal with this? Basically, now we are able to deal with this is because we have seen the organic life, we have seen the pager life, we have seen the lives without mobiles, and we know how badly it has impacted all our lives, all our relationships, all our friendships, or all our organic bonding with each other. So yes, definitely it's going to impact the kids in the future generations. I would rather say the Gen Zs of today are really going to get badly impacted. Even it's going to take toll on the job skills as well. People are not going to easily get the jobs because everything AI will be have been captured in future. So let's get ready for the beautification of AI, and let's beautify our lives with creating that border, and let's understand and let's create that awareness of where to draw a line and where to stay organic. Yeah, thanks very much.
Shividya ma'am, over to you. Next, who is left?
Yeah,
Night sir and Anya ma'am.
Yeah. Music does not create music. Silence creates music. Silence accelerates it. Silence is required. Peace is required. If these patience is required, if these things are there, then artificial intelligence cannot harm us. because we are far superior, and we should consider it that is a tool, and we should use it for achieving our goal. That is simple. Thank you.
Rania ma'am, over to you.
Yes, I think the way I watch students were coming in the ministry during our workshop we have about cybersecurity, and we discuss about issues on artificial intelligence. I think children nowadays are getting more and more worried about perfectionism and what you said about the lack of emotional um, connections. And we're living nowadays, students, especially teenagers, are living in the virtual world. All the relationships are virtual. I can see this from my students. They don't have physical relationship with their students. And recently, I was reading about the AI-powered virtual companions who are used for addressing childhood loneliness. I mean, AI experts promote this as a way to help the children cope with loneliness and social skills and mental health support. I think that everything has to do with temperance and with a wise use, and this starts from family, as you said, reducing screen time. This is what I'm telling to parents. I'm struggling to say to parents through my position. And let's be more optimistic that machines won't finally deprive us from our mental well-being. I'm trying to be optimistic about this.
Over to you, Shividya ma'am.
Yes, so a wonderful, wonderful session. And yes, AI is here to stay. We have to accept that. But, human intelligence is far, far above everything. Like, human intelligence is very special. So we also have the ability to understand how to use it. Let us believe in that strength of us, that yes, we know this is how it is. We need AI for certain things. AI can help us. Let us keep it as a tool, and let us not forget our own emotions, our own human things. Like, as I would always come back, because that is the core, like, as long as we remember the five things, like, we all have a responsibility towards self, family, society, nature, and the world at large. The moment we realize this responsibility every time, I don't think AI can surpass us, because AI can interpret human beings. It cannot understand us. It's basically data, right? It has accuracy and speed. So that is AI. So we'll use AI for that and be ourselves. So humanity has that resilience. We can still have full faith in that. So yes, there is always, like, people who are working for that also. So AI, let it help mankind, and humanity will always win. So I would like to conclude with that note. And it is possible. Like, the awareness is what we need. And metamorphosis, like, learning platforms like Metamorphosis, that is exactly what you're doing. Like, every session we have, it is causing ripple effect. It is causing the awareness. Okay, is there something that I can do from my end? Because every drop counts. Parents, educators, society at large, everybody can do their own small part. And AI can coexist for us, with us, not overtake us. So that is possible. So I would like to end with
I
that.
think Shividya ma'am, like we say, every drop matters to fill the ocean. So here, every educator, every parent, every coach, every soft skill trainer, every neurosurgeon, everyone is trying to create an impact in the mindset and in the education system, creating learning for everyone. So every drop matters, every word matters, every learning skill matters.
Yes. So I'm sure we from our part, we have started the process. The ripple effect would continue, the chain reaction would happen. Yes, AI would remain as a tool for humankind. And we will use AI for our benefit. So thank you, everybody. It was really, really great session with so many takeaways and everything converging to one point. Like, AI versus human beings. And all of us agreed on one point, that is AI. There is a fine line between both. Like, Rania ma'am, Nahid sir, Veena, Dr. Anjum, all of us, we were talking at the same line. So that itself is a positive sign because there is convergence of thought here. Whatever we are talking about, it converges on one thing. That is, AI can help us, but we will not allow AI to just surpass us. Because if 6 of us are having the same thought, I think that reflects the society at large also. So maybe initially people will get carried away because it's like, seeing something wonderful, like how Veena ma'am said, oh, the laser light. It's because it's sensory pleasure. We enjoy that because it's given instant gratification in a very glorified manner. And it helps us in small things. Like, as you rightly said, we don't even realize that AI is already in. As I told you, the elephant is already in the house. Okay. Now it is up to us to not to make it really fat and break the house. So AI, yes, it's because it has come from us. It's a human clone, right? Human intelligence is what has given way for artificial intelligence. So yes, I would again like to thank all of you and thank Sonal ma'am and Metamorphosis for this wonderful session. And hope we are change makers and more people are ready to talk about this and be action takers and do their bit. Every drop counts. Yeah.